Hey everybody, I thought I'd jump on here for a quick little live. This live is brought to you by Prometheus, the product inspired by that rebel titan that brought man the gift of fire, and we call fire youth. So today I wanted to talk about something you've seen all over the internet, all over this product, all over the news, is this whole seemingly epidemic of low testosterone. And most people have heard that, seen that, or know that. They know that 20-year-olds today have the testosterone levels of like 50-year-olds back in 1950. Something is definitely going on. But what few people are talking about is for every article you see about women having low T, women have the same thing. They have the same symptoms, they have the same output of it, they're just not being talked about because the industry is marketing it to a very specific part of the market segment, which is men. Men that feel tired, feel weak, getting fat, feel sluggish, don't feel driven, all of those things. But women have the same symptoms because they have the same depressed levels of testosterone relative to them. Why is that? They're really trying to. There's so many suspects. There's so many suspects that you probably can't give one specific reason. Everything from all the synthetic pharmaceutical stuff that makes its way into our food chain, food supply, either indirectly through things like herbicide, fungicides, all that stuff, or on purpose, food colorings, processed foods, all that stuff, right? Not to mention the byproduct of many drugs that people are given by doctors or choose to take or take recreationally, or it could just be good old microplastics that are endocrine disruptors, and they're found literally everywhere, even in the air you probably just breathed in just now when you went like that to that. Notice when you said, what? You probably breathed in some little tiny microparticle process that add up over time. Did you know that the average person has enough microplastics in their brain to make a plastic spoon? That's insane. That's insane. Especially when you realize that microplastics are an endocrine disruptor. So all of that to say this. One of the reasons why I'm so passionate about helping bring Prometheus to market is because I was a part about bringing the first active ingredient, which is part of the tri-ingredient mix that's in Prometheus, to market. So with that first active ingredient, over a year ago, I helped that company introduce this active ingredient to North America. And what we thought we'd decide to do that was bold and aggressive was encourage people or help people take actual blood tests to see what their testosterone levels were before and then after. So they wouldn't have to believe us or our marketing material or our cool websites. They could let the numbers speak for themselves. And we did this to dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of people. And we did it because we knew what was going to happen, and what we thought was going to happen did in fact happen, right? So here's what happened to me. When I tested before taking that active ingredient, my testosterone levels were below 200. Now, quite honestly, if you asked me how I felt then, I would have told you I felt great. I felt fine. I was doing my thing. I do a lot of stuff though. I'm eating well, I'm working out, I'm taking supplements, I'm doing a lot of stuff probably to get the best out of whatever I have. And I've been fully aware of and experimenting and taking all of those herbal supplements that are now flooding the market as the brand new thing. They've been around forever. Things like Agrestis, Tribulus, Shilajit, DAA. I go way back to the times, if you're an old head, old school person, back to the time of Similax and all that stuff. Everybody's always trying to way to get the best out of that hormonal balance, that lean forward anabolic hormonal mix, right? That elevates your testosterone naturally. And most of those kind of work, some don't, many don't, most don't, because you can't standardize what that's actually coming to market. But on some occasions, they might have some efficacy. I'm a whatever works for you works for me kind of guy. But here's what happened to me. So my testosterone levels tested at below 200 before the product, and 7 weeks later, after taking this all-natural product, my levels were at 750. That's astonishing. That's an astonishing jump for 7 weeks on a non-drug, on a non-herbal, on a food source molecule product. And that was just on one active ingredient from this biotech lab that we're now excited to be working with. So that's why we're so excited. So we've been representing that product for the last year, got a huge fan base. Everybody's all excited. And when I found out that they had the next version coming out and they take the same organic food source pathway to increasing your body's natural production and efficiency in using nitrous oxide and blood flow, I was all in. So because we had paid it forward so much and helped them out so much, you pay it forward. Doesn't seem like it makes sense at the time. And then a year later, it all comes back full circle, right? Magnified and amplified. And they're allowing us to launch our own brand with 3 of their active ingredients as the ingredients in Prometheus. That is what we are excited about, because we already know the types of raving fans we have from the one active ingredient. Now we're going to see what happens when you add to that mix nitrous oxide and blood flow. Come on, people. Come on. One of the most popular pharmaceutical drugs with men is just about blood circulation. And you know what that purple pill is. What about the all-natural, non-side effect version of increased blood flow, increased blood fraction rate, and increased natural testosterone, and increased ratio between free testosterone and your total testosterone? That is the magic to the feel good. Most people don't know that. They think that just your total testosterone numbers are the answers to the test. No. Because what makes you feel good, what makes you lose fat, what makes you gain muscle, what makes you aggressive about the good things in life, the drive of all types, is found in that free testosterone, that available free testosterone. And that's what Prometheus is focused on. So we're excited, and we hope you are excited. See you soon.